So what are the JavaScript data types?
Okay, so JavaScript data types are the categories of data that tell us that what type of value is being used.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
there are mainly two types, which is primitives and objectives. And primitive types
Mm-hmm.
includes number, strings, booleans, undefined, nulls,
Okay.
and symbols. And
Mm-hmm.
object types are the collections of properties and functions. So just like an arrays and date. So this is the JavaScript
Okay.
data types. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what distinguishes a primitive data type from a non-primitive data type? Like, what's the difference between primitive data type and non-primitive data type? Do you know?
Yeah. Yeah, basically primitive data types in JavaScript are like numbers, strings, and booleans, so
Mm-hmm.
which hold the simple values and which are immutable also. So it means that their
Okay.
value cannot be changed once it's set.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about the
Okay.
non-primitive data types, which is objects and array, so basically it can store collections of values and it can be modified as well. So basically they are also known as the reference types. So since they are accessed by reference, not by
Mm-hmm.
values actually. So this is, I think, the
Okay.
distinction. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So can
yeah.
you please explain the concept of hoisting in JavaScript?
Okay, so hoisting in JavaScript is a behavior where variables and functions declarations are moved to the top of their containing scope before the
Okay.
code execution. So this means that
Mm-hmm.
we can use the variables and functions so before they appear in the code actually. So only the
Okay.
declarations are hoisted, not the initializations, and this can lead to unexpected results if it's not properly understood. So it's an important concept in JavaScript. So yeah, this is the hoisting in
Okay.
JavaScript.
So how does hoisting affect variable declarations?
Okay, so hoisting affect variable declarations by moving them to top of their scope before code runs actually. So for variable declares
Okay.
with var, so this means you can actually we can reference them anywhere in their scope and even before they are
Mm-hmm.
declared as well. So they will be undefined until they are explicitly initialized, and variable declare with let or const are also hoisted, but they remain in a temporal dead zone, so where they can be accessed until they are declared. So yeah,
Okay.
this is how
So
we can
so
hoisting. Yeah.
okay, okay, got it. So does hoisting apply to function declarations and function expressions in same way?
Hoisting, I think no, hoisting does not apply to the function declarations and function expression in a same way. So
Okay.
because function declarations are hoisted completely, so it means that
Mm-hmm.
we can actually use the functions before it appears in our code. And when we talk about the
Okay.
functions expression, so they are only hoisted partially, and only the variable declarations are hoisted, not the assignment. So I think
Okay.
so. No, hosting does not apply to. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the execution context and like how it is related to the stack? Do you know?
Yeah, I know. So the execution context is the environment where the JavaScript code runs and includes the
Okay.
informations like variable values and where the code is
Mm-hmm.
being executed. So I think it's related to the stack because each time a function is called, a new execution context is created and pushed into the stack.
Mm-hmm.
And when the functions completes, its context is popped off from the stack. So I think this helps to manage the flow of program and especially during the function call. So yeah, and
Okay.
yeah, yeah, this is
Okay. Okay. So yeah, yeah, got it. So what components make up an execution context in JavaScript?
uh, components. So
Yes.
I, I think an execution context in JavaScript is made up of a three component and the variable
Mm-hmm.
environment. So which contain all the variable declaration and the
Okay.
scope chain. So which determine which variable the current code can access. And the last one
Okay.
is this keyword value. So basically, which refer to the object that the current code belongs to. So I think these components helps to manage the state and the scope of the code being executed. So yeah, these
Okay,
are the
okay,
three components that make execution context in JavaScript.
okay. So, can you please explain how JavaScript handles function calls in terms of execution stack?
Yeah, I can explain. So when
Yes, yes.
JavaScript when JavaScript execute a function, so basically
Mm-hmm.
it's create a new execution context for that function, and it plays
Okay.
it to top of the execution stack. And
Mm-hmm.
sorry, so this stack helps the JavaScript keep track of where it is in a program. So as each functions complete, so its execution context is removed from that stack, and control return to the context below to it. So I think this
Okay.
process continues until the stack is empty, and it
Mm-hmm.
indicates that all functions have completed their execution. So this is how the JavaScript handle function calls in the terms of execution of its stack. And the
Okay.
process of this stack is called, I think, the scope chaining as well. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, have you worked with closures in JavaScript? If yes, so what are the closures and like why are they useful?
Uh, okay, so yeah, I just work with the closures in JavaScript. So I think this
Okay.
is important concept. So basically, the closures in JavaScript are a way for a functions to remember and continue to access variable from its outer scope.
Okay.
And even after the outer functions has completed, so basically they are useful because they let us associate data with the functions that operate on that data,
Mm-hmm.
and this can
Okay.
very handy in situations like event handling or when creating a private variable that can't be accessed directly from outside of the function. So this is it is useful. So yeah, this is why it
Okay.
is
Okay.
useful.
Got it. So, how does the this keyword work in Java?
uh, okay, so these
In
keywords
JavaScript, sorry.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so these keywords in JavaScript actually refer to the object that function is a part of. Oh, okay. So it helps to
Okay.
determine which object is central to the operation at hand. So let's take an
Mm-hmm.
example. So inside a function of an object, so these keywords point to the object itself. So when we use this keyword in a different place, so it can refer to the different object depending on where and
Okay.
how the function is called. So this is how these keywords works in JavaScript. So yeah.
Okay. So, how does the value of this change in different contexts, such as in a regular function or an arrow function?
Okay, so basically the value of these keywords changes based on where and how function is used in JavaScript. So in a regular function, so these keywords refer to the object that calls the
Okay.
function. So
Mm-hmm.
which can change if the function is in a different way. So and when we
Okay.
talk about in arrow function, so this keyword is fixed and always refer to the object in which the arrow function was determined, and not changing even
Okay.
if the function is used differently. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is how the value of this keywords change in different contexts.
Okay. Can you
Yeah.
explain how you might control the context of using bind, call, or apply?
Uh, okay, so in JavaScript, we can actually control the context of this keyword by using the methods like
Mm-hmm.
bind, call, and apply. So when we talk
Okay.
about the bind method, so it creates a new functions where this keyword is set to a specific object, and no matter how the function is used. And when we talk about the call and apply method, basically they are similar, but are used to immediately run a functions with this keyword, which is set to
Mm-hmm.
specify the objects. And call keywords, call takes individual parameters while apply accepts an array of parameters. So yeah, this is how we can actually
Okay.
control the context.
So, what is event bubbling and capturing? Do you know?
Yeah, I just know about that, even bubbling and capturing. So basically they are two ways that the events move through a web page in a JavaScript. And in
Mm-hmm.
event bubbling, an event start from the element where it happens and goes up to the
Okay.
elements, like moving from button to the whole page in web page. And when we talk about the
Okay.
event capturing, so it's the opposite of that. And the event start
Mm-hmm.
from top elements and goes down to the specific one where it happened. So I think this
Okay.
helps to us to control how events are handled when there are many nested elements. So these are the concept of event bubbling and capturing in JavaScript.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can you please explain how event propagation works in the context of the DOM?
Uh, Okay, so actually, yeah, I can explain. So basically,
Just go ahead.
event propagation in DOM is how an event travel through the element in a web page. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it has three phases like capturing, target, and the third one is bubbling. So during capturing
Okay.
phase, the event goes from the outmost element down to the target where the event occurred, and at the target
Okay.
phase, so the event reach the specific element. And then in bubbling phase, the event travel back from the target to the outer element. So this process helps to manage how events are handled and when elements are nested inside. So yeah, this is how the
Okay.
event propagation. So
Mm. Okay. So, how can you stop an event from bubbling or capturing?
okay, so when we want to stop the event from bubbling and capturing. So in order to stop an event from bubbling and capturing in JavaScript, so we can use the
Mm-hmm.
method called stop propagation method on the event object.
Okay.
So when we call this method during an event, so it will stop the event from moving to the next phase. So basically this means that if we use it during the bubbling phase, so it won't go up to the parent element. And if we use
Mm-hmm.
during the capturing phase, and it won't go down to the child element. So this is useful
Okay.
when we don't want to other element to react to the same event. So yeah, we can use the
Okay.
stop propagation method. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, can you please describe the prototype inheritance model in JavaScript?
Uh, okay, so in JavaScript, the prototype inheritance models allow objects to inherit properties and methods from other objects. So I think
Okay.
this means that when we create an object, so it can automatically access features from other objects without needing to have them directly
Okay.
when it is inside it. So I think this
Mm-hmm.
model helps in reusing code efficiently and keeping it organized. So this is the prototype inheritance
Okay.
models in JavaScript.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do JavaScript objects inherits properties and methods? Can you please brief on this?
Okay, so JavaScript's objects inherit properties and methods through a chain, which is called the
Mm-hmm.
prototype chain. So when we create an
Okay.
object, so it linked to another object, it called its prototype.
Okay.
Okay, so basically this linked object can have its own properties and methods, and the original object can use these if
Mm-hmm.
they were its own. So I think
Mm-hmm.
basically this chain can link several objects, and it allows for a form of inheritance, so where objects shared and extended features. So yeah, this is how the objects JavaScript objects inherit properties and methods.
Okay. 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 So, moving to the next question. What's the significance of the prototype chain in JavaScript? You know?
Yeah, okay. So the prototype chain in JavaScript is significant uh,
Mm-hmm.
because it's enable object to inherit properties and methods from other object. So basically, this is useful for sharing functionality across different objects without duplicating code.
Okay.
And it simplifies
Okay.
code management and and it enhance performance by allowing object to access properties
Mm-hmm.
from their prototype. So instead of storing
Okay.
their own copies, so this makes code more efficient and easier to maintain. So this is the significance of prototype chain in JavaScript.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So, like now I'm very curious to know about the modules in JavaScript. Can you explain the whole concept of these modules?
Okay, so basically the modules in JavaScript are like containers, so that can hold
Mm-hmm.
related code together in separate files.
Okay.
So basically this
Okay.
helps keep code organized by breaking it to manageable piece. And in each
Mm,
modules can contain functions and variables or classes that are specific to a particular feature. Okay, so
okay.
we can then import these modules into other parts of our application as we need it,
Mm-hmm.
and which make reusing code and maintaining the application so much easier. So this is the concept of
Mm,
modules in JavaScript.
okay. So, and what are the benefits of using these modules?
Okay, so when we talk about the benefits, so by using modules in programming, so especially in JavaScript, it offers the several benefits. So first, when we talk about the first benefit, so it keeps our code organized by separating the different parts of applications into manageable pieces. So I think this make it easier to understand and to maintain. And the second benefit is the modules prevents naming conflicts because its variables and functions are contained so within the
Mm,
modules rather than globally. So yeah, all I know these two benefits right now.
okay. So, okay. So now I'll give you some one or two coding questions, and you have to
Okay,
solve those in JavaScript. Okay.
okay,
So can you please share your screen and open any JavaScript editor?
okay. Just a second. Yeah, I just opened this.
Okay. So uh, the first question is write a JavaScript function that filters an array of numbers, returning only the numbers greater than 10. Okay.
Okay, so I think first I need to link the JavaScript code here. Yeah. So can you repeat the question?
Like you have to filter an array of numbers in JavaScript and return only the number greater than 10. For example, if in an array there are numbers 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, then
Mm-hmm.
just filter return the 20 only. Or if there
Okay.
are 30, then 20 and 30.
Okay. So I need to write a function. So functions filter greater than array. So it will inherit a number, will inherit that. So it will return uh return a number dot array. So numbers dot filter. So here we use the number dot filters.
Okay.
Number function. So it will return the number greater than 10. So yeah.
Okay.
So here we use the method which is inbuilt
Mm-hmm.
method number dot filter. So it will return the number greater than 10.
Okay. So the
Yeah.
next question is write a function to check if a given number is prime or not.
Prime or not.
Yes.
Okay. So first I need to check the functions. Prime. So first function. if prime or not. So we'll take a number as a variable. So if num is greater than 2, so we'll okay, so like the function is, we have to make the for each method here. Let I equals to I. So square root of so number.
I think you need to add this.
Sorry.
Uh, you need to add this line number 13 to 16 inside the function if prime. Because uh, that's what you are checking, right?
Yeah.
No, from line number 13 to yeah,
Here.
yes, because if number is greater than 2, no, if number is less than 2, because 1 is prime number, right?
If number is greater than 2, then it returns false. So for that, I use
But if number is greater than 2, then it should be true. It can be true. Number can be prime.
if number
So, like,
is,
if condition should be like if number is greater than 2,
then it will
if
return
number is less
false.
than 2, then we will return false because
Yeah.
1 is
Number
not a prime
is,
number. 0 is not a prime number.
number is less than 2. It's false. Yeah. So let I is equals to 2, I is less than method square root number, I plus number, I not less is 0, so it becomes false. If no factor found, it's prime 2.
Okay, so in line number 12, if number is divisible by any number from 2 till its square root, so it means it cannot be a prime number. So that's why we are returning here false. But after completing this loop, that's in line number 11, we should return true because if we are not
Here,
returning false, if the number is not prime,
here we should return
so
true.
in no, in line after line number 15,
Here,
because we have checked the whole number in the above loop and we didn't get a number not prime, so we are returning true. It means number is prime, and with semicolon. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.